One,
We're dealing with a very important subject matter, and it's dealing with there are no absolute rights in legal. Now, when we look at the worldwide system of nations of men, most of the ones that we're familiar with are, of course, the democratic nations of the world, especially those under the UN. Now, these nations operate in a legal system, but one very, very important fact to remember is because these are man made governments that run their own make believe legal or law system, their system has no absolute rights. They're conditional. They're conditional upon what they say. So they can change it at any one moment. And that is why the medical exemptions that people are looking for right now under this worldwide craziness of medical pharmakia that's going on, enforcing something into people's bodies that they're not in consent to do. We know there's a percentage of the population that is not going to cave to this. Well, they have to understand that while they're in there struggling with their notices, they're going to find they're up against this, and that's why a lot of the medical exemptions are not working or just being denied anyways. And it's because you have an absolute right to believe, but you don't have an absolute right to act. And because you don't control the legal title that you're presuming is yours, you can't dictate to those who control that title what they're going to do. They can dictate to you because they're dictators of legal. And they run the very laws that are being put out there, even if it seems like it's contrary to what you thought. Many people believe that the Charter was going to protect them, but these are not absolute rights in the Canadian Charter. These are conditional rights. And when we read the definition under natural rights and legal rights before, let's just go to legal rights. Legal rights are those bestowed onto a person, we'll call that someone who joins into the legal system by a given legal system. They can be modified, repealed, and restrained by human laws. The concept of positive law, which is man's law, is related to the concept of legal rights. So the positive law of man can move it around at a whim. Do not confuse it with what we would consider to be natural law, or where the natural rights come from. Natural rights are those that are not dependent on the laws or customs of any particular culture or government, and so are universal, fundamental, and unalienable. They cannot be repealed by human laws. So therefore, did we see the separation between the two? The closest you're going to get to natural law, or what you would believe is natural rights, is coming from the Bible and from God's Word. And therefore, those never change. The Ten Commandments do not get repealed. They don't get modified. It's not thou shalt not steal if you feel like stealing something that you feel like doing that maybe wasn't completely narrowed down or spoken of. It's thou shalt not steal carte blanche. So you can't make up your own change to those laws because they're immutable, unchangeable. And therefore, in man's world, man's laws, the legal system, can do that. Change things, repeal it, add to, take away. So be careful. Why is this happening? Why are they able to do this? Because it's their legal title and their legal body that you're using. Therefore, they will tell you how you're going to use your legal body.